Gotta go. You gotta do it too. You did it. Recording the process.
Yes, I think I did it too. Uh, hold on.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah,
You wanna
it's
share the
recording pause.
you wanna share the screen?
Okay, let
Yeah,
me,
go ahead.
okay. So she indicated we should be able to write on this.
Uh-huh.
Can you write on yours?
Oh, no, no, no. It's gonna be the same one.
Oh, I mean, but can you type on it?
No, you wanna type. That's better. You type.
Yeah, I don't see, like I said, when I hit it, hold up, it's not letting me type on it. I just opened it up. Do I have to do something else?
Why you
Request, do I have to
click active?
request edit access?
Uh-huh. Go ahead. Hit it. Uh-huh. Okay. Please give us access to the graphic organizer. Correct. Uh-huh. All right, but we can record our answer.
Okay, right.
Um,
Okay, so what do you think about the ST standard rating? So that's when we were rating ourselves in terms of our proficiency or understanding of this process. And I think what it revealed is that we were high in the leadership area.
let me see.
Uh, and I know I'm not really proficient in this whole process, so that would be a uh, learning curve for me.
Mhm.
In terms of the design, I think I rated myself maybe a 2 on the design part.
Mhm.
Um,
Excuse
bless
me.
you.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, but I think the overall process I think is good. You know,
Yeah. So
just from what we're learning so far.
yeah, for example, for the first one, the EST, for me, it's like a new term. I
Right,
was like doing the research today, and it was amazing because it gave me like it blew my mind. So so is this is like teacher of the future. If you
right.
wanna be good in your classroom, whatever you do,
Hmm.
you gotta like think about this and do whatever they request.
Right.
I think I'm gonna start loving this term,
Hmm.
and everything what it means. Uh-huh.
Right,
The
right,
second one is how proficient are you in implementing? So to be honest, I have been trying to do my best because because the student they require, So
right,
for example, I understood with my student that they before they were able like us, we were able to watch a whole movie and we were
right.
able to watch like for example in YouTube,
Hmm.
like a 5 minute YouTube, but they are not able to do that anymore. They
Right.
just 20 minutes, 20 seconds, 50 seconds, that's it. If it's
Right.
over the 50 seconds, they are not like
They,
focused in the class, they are
yeah,
not like engaged. They out. So
zone out.
right.
Right,
That's why I
right,
think I'm not like the best one, but 1 to 5 I can not 1 to 4, 1 to 5 I can say like 3.5.
right, right.
But there's too
Yes,
many
that's
things that
what
I have
we're.
to learn.
Yeah, yeah, me too. Me too.
Okay,
Um,
great.
you say so right. So we're looking at how we proficient. How proficient are we in the implementing of the IST standard? So part of it is like kind of learning it first, and then understanding that there's some areas that we may be, pretty strong in, but other areas we have to just continue to develop.
I agree
Uh,
with you totally. Yeah.
right.
Hmm.
So how will they affect students' learning outcomes? I think the SD would certainly be beneficial to the student because again, with the UDL Universal Design for Learning, that's going to meet all the students. And this process here is also student focused. So it's driven by the students. I think that was going to be very helpful.
Yes.
Uh,
Yeah, I agree with you. So in my case, for Spanish classes, so it's very important for me to take care of this, and I have been doing it,
right.
because I can say, for example, for my outcomes.
Hmm.
So it's like amazing when I try, for example, I try to like share with them like some links to videos, and
Right.
they come back to me asking me for more videos like that or for
Great.
more pages, and that's
Right.
like something like they for example, there was a student who says to me, "Oh, Mr. Escobar, can I record a video? Can you
Right.
teach me how to do it? In the laptop?" And I said, "Oh, of course. Let's
Yeah.
do this." And we were using, the same like that's like I think it's Windows, and we
Hmm.
we start using it, and he start practicing Spanish, and we put the the closed caption, the closed caption.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
he was reading whatever he said in Spanish, and he said, "Oh, Mr. Escobar, I'm doing good because he said the same thing that I." you know.
Right. Right. Yeah, that's just turning on little light bulbs and
Right,
in
exactly,
their heads.
exactly.
They know what's going on. That's
Mhm.
wonderful. I just know you're just doing an excellent job.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, you're certainly there for the students.
You have any
How would
specific?
we,
Oh, okay, go ahead, go ahead.
how would we incorporate technology in the classroom to implement the SD standards? I think you spoke to that just now in terms of providing links for students to go to get um, support in whatever topic you're dealing with, so that it is incorporated in, and also allowing them to collaborate, um, utilizing technology as well. So that could be one way in which we do it.
Yeah,
And they can collaborate not only with the classroom, they can collaborate with people around the world on
yeah,
certain things.
yeah.
Yeah.
So actually, I have something to say about that because I have a friend. He's like a like Spanish teacher, but like Spanish teacher for Spanish speaker. Like English here.
Right. Right.
And so we share like we make a Zoom. With my student with his students. You
Right.
know,
Exchange
and they
pen
will
pals.
exchange exactly. They wanna
Hmm.
try to learn. They learn like English, and they learn Spanish here. And
Oh,
we
that's
use
good.
technologies. We use
Right.
like and sometimes they have like so I have not the name right now, but
Uh-huh.
they have like an app that they
Right.
exchange information. They keep talking after the videos. They keep
Right.
talking. You know,
Right.
and that's amazing because for me, in my time, we have no projector in my classroom.
Right.
We
Right.
had just a blackboard, no
Yeah.
whiteboard like now.
Yeah.
We have a
Right.
blackboard, and it was totally different.
Yeah.
Even
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
teacher has, yeah, the teacher has like the thing where he wrote it down on the blackboard.
Right.
That was like something that make you pay attention. If you don't pay attention, you hit it.
Right. Yeah, I remember those days when I was in school as well.
Oh, really?
Like
Okay.
now, there's so many ways to, like I say, to expose the student to different methods to access the information that kind of
Exactly.
speaks to the student's needs. So,
Yeah, man.
um,
You know what?
so that's
I remember when my time when we finished something and the teacher said, "Go do a research." I had to go to the library and
right,
pick like 7, 10 books, and
right,
read it and try to find the right answer. Right now, they just type, click on it, boom.
right. Yeah,
And that's
yeah,
amazing.
yeah,
That's something that I like it. I don't know
yeah.
if it's making us like lazy or no.
Hmm.
Who knows? But I love it.
Yeah.
I like it. To be
Yeah,
honest.
it makes it accessible, like you have a whole library in front of you, you know, at the touch of a button. And
Right.
you have all, and then it's a matter of, like for me, it's shrinking the information to get out what I need.
Right.
You know,
Right.
and don't go down a rabbit hole like, oh, just keep reading, keep reading, keep reading. But the technology just makes this another, I think, another way of accessing the information to, I'd like to say, to amplify the learning experience and
That's correct. That's
to
correct.
give the student voice,
I
since
can
they
add,
live, yeah,
Mhm.
in a digital world.
Exactly. I can add something else.
Okay.
I think life is way easier than before. Right?
Right.
Because of
Yeah.
technology, thank God.
Thumbs up if you were able to get a head start answering your questions in the graphic organizer.
We just couldn't, I couldn't type in it. Did I
Did you
have to?
a copy?
You had to make a copy, Randy.
Oh, Elkin, you had to make a copy.
Okay, we will.
Okay, okay. Well, okay, but you have the recording as well. Okay. All right, so second part, second.
Excuse me.
Go ahead,
The
Elkin.
recording is gonna come like to us, or it's gonna go
The recording, when I end the VC,
okay, gotcha.
the recording is going to download on your computer.
Okay, all right.
Okay,
Thank you.
okay, so you'll submit that. And if you couldn't get into the graphic organizer, that's okay. You can answer the questions in the submission box. I only created the graphic organizer to make it, to make it easier for you to be able to work on it in the breakout room. It's
Yeah, I appreciate that.
necessary for you to use it, okay? So Elkin, don't go crazy if you weren't able to. You just answer those questions in the submission box then. Okay, William said he's gonna be right back, but I have to move on because this whole VC is a working VC. Okay, so hopefully he'll come back. Let's get this out of the way. Hopefully he'll come back before I place you in breakout rooms again. Hold on. 1 minute, everybody. I want that screen out of the way. Okay. Okay, so this second activity, okay? So you have access to the slide presentation. So I want you to go to this slide. This is slide 11, okay? And what you're going to do, I'll read along with you, is I want you to look at these two. For starters, ChatGPT and Education Copilot. So you're going to be exploring AI, okay? This is directly related to your activity. You have some other apps over here on the side. These are also AI apps, but focus on these two. If you have time, you can start to explore these. These are the questions that you need to consider while exploring ChatGPT and Education Copilot, and the same questions if you are able to explore any over here. What are the benefits for teachers and students of the app? And what are the risks for teachers and students? Okay, so I have a graphic organizer for this one as well. I'm sharing it in the chat box. You should have access to it before I place you in the breakout rooms. I'm just gonna share it so it's clear. So we only have 2 groups.
I have a question.
Sure.
Sorry. Since we're such a small cohort, since there's just 4 of us, could we potentially just stay together and not break out?
Yes. Yep.
I don't know
fine.
how everybody else feels about that, but I feel like we collaborate really well, all four of us together, but
So,
you can say no too if you don't,
no,
if you'd rather.
that works. That works for me. The activity is structured for, you know, a cohort of 10 or 12, but you can stay right here. I won't put you in the breakout room, but this is what I want you to do, okay? Well, then ignore group 1 and group 2. Just put all of your information in group 1, okay? This is the graphic organizer. I see you're in it already. Okay, so I don't have to share the link then. So then put all of your information in here and you'll be good to go. All right, so I am going to set the timer. I'm going to give you 10 minutes again. That is the wrong place. Just forgive me a minute. I'm trying to move so fast and I'm moving faster than I should. Okay. All right, I'm giving you 10 minutes. Let's say I'll give you 10 minutes because I have all of the activities recorded and you're probably gonna finish most of it anyway. So this is gonna be 10 minutes. You're staying right here and you'll be able to see the timer.
We can't hear you, Casey.
We don't need to record ourselves on this section, is that correct?
No,
Okay,
no.
okay. Great. Okay, so we're exploring those different apps.
And what's nice, since there are only 4 of you, you can get more apps. Just a tip, you can get to more apps if you break it up. You all don't necessarily need to explore ChatGPT. You could decide who is going to look at what. But I leave it up to you.
Okay. Have any of you guys looked at any of these before?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
Okay, so I
I've
think
actually,
then a good starting point
With us to two.
is to look at the 2 or decide who's going to look at the 2 and brief the others. But somebody should start with ChatGPT and Education Copilot.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll
I'm not
go.
on Education Copilot, but I know a little bit about Chat GPT.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it sounds like William might be the expert.
So Education Copilot, I logged into it. I'm just trying to see.
Where is the Education Copilot?
She has it on the slide. If you go to her slides and you just
Go to 11. Slide
Yeah.
11.
the breakout rooms, let's explore 1 or 2 AI tools.
Oh, okay. I have to sign up for it.
So I was aware of Chat GPT. I just signed in with my Moreland account. That's what I signed in
You
with.
signed where? I'm lost. I'm sorry.
Okay, so Elkin, do you have her slides pulled up?
Oh yeah. I have it here, but I'll try to like click on it and nothing. You said
It's
you
not
will-
coming up.
Okay, so what did you try to click on? I could drop the link in the chat box
Okay.
for
I have
Casey.
been. He said. William said that ChatGPT. Somebody else said I'm gonna try
Okay.
like
Okay, so
to
let me
report.
try to help
To
you out.
report. I'm supposed to click on it and then it come out. Let me see. No.
Well, if you click on it, you would be able to explore it. So here's the link for Chat GPT.
No, William has the ChatGPT, right?
I'm not sure.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
So which one? Oh, if you're trying to click on those icons, they're not going to take you anywhere.
They're not active.
You have to look them up.
Oh, okay.
The icons on the right. Now I see what you mean. You have
Okay.
to research them.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, all right.
Yeah, no, that's okay. I didn't get that far. Where all of the images go to a link. I have to say that for next time.
Got it. Oh, curry pot. Okay, let me check what is that. Curry pot.
That's-
So you're asking us, Linda, also to make accounts for these, correct? I just made an account with OpenAI.
Well, if that's the only way that you can get
Explore.
the information, yeah. But don't pay for anything.
Yeah, of course.
Don't.
I'm trying to go through the education co-pilot right now.
Okay. And you can feel free to add to this document during the week. This is your document, so whatever you don't finish, that's okay. At least it's a head start.
So for the activity, how are we supposed to, I just haven't looked at what the requirements are for the activity. Are we supposed to have a certain number of different forms of AI?
So for the activity, you're going to choose one or more forms of AI.
Okay,
Play around with it and learn about it. And then you're
okay.
recording a reflection on Flip, a 3 to 5 minute Flip video. So that's why I'm having you begin to explore the apps now. So you could think of it, you could aim for 2.
Okay. 2 different ones.
Yeah, you don't have to go crazy thinking, oh, I have to, but it would be nice if they were different,
Yeah.
so that the cohort would have a resource with different apps.
Okay. So just out of curiosity, have you used the education co-pilot before?
Me?
Yes.
I haven't. I've used Chat GPT.
Okay, I'm like, I just want to know if I'm doing this wrong. That's all, because it's like taking forever. It's just sitting there thinking. So maybe I'm gonna just type in what they have as a suggestion. So
I've
see what
used
pulls up.
Chat GPT before.
Yeah.
And what I would say about Chat GPT is that you give it, you might ask it a question, and if you're not getting the answer that you think you should, rephrase the question, be more specific. Yeah, it's
I actually like Chat. I like Chat GPT in a lot of ways, because I feel like you can say, explain this to me as if I was a second grader.
Yes.
And it dumbs it down and it makes it simple. And so for me, that one, I feel like is very useful. This one, I'm like, I'm hoping to find the benefit in it.
Say that's not really a benefit. Like you could say, the comparison, and maybe that's not one that you'll choose.
Yeah.
We are instructors at Moreland. I mean, I feel like we're all running this race that's ahead of us. So we are also trying to make ourselves familiar. And I was only able to work with ChatGPT. Even this module was recently revised.
I was going to say, this is really up to date, because these are fairly new.
Recently revised. So as recent as it launched last month. So, the instructors are like, okay, now we have to, really expand our knowledge about AI. And it's a lot. It's a lot to try to chase after. So I'm sorry that I don't have any experience with the other ones.
No, it's fine. I just didn't know if you had. It is also new. It's taking a while to load.
See, that's a negative.
Yeah.
That's a negative.
Yeah, you could also say maybe, I mean, you would have to have good Wi-Fi,
You know what you could do too, okay? Remember, YouTube, you can learn anything. So
Yeah.
you could, during the week, You could also use YouTube, to teach you about apps that you're interested in.
Yeah.
That's all part of it. Or ask ChatGPT.
So there is one that I have used too, that it's not on here, but so
You can add
is it
that.
Scribbler is one that you'd usually do for making references, like for your references list. But they also have a section now that you can, and it's run by an AI system that you can copy and paste like chunks, not big chunks, but chunks of information, and it will paraphrase it for you.
Oh.
And that's a new one for me. That's new, that I hadn't seen that before. So I'm gonna put that on here if that's okay. If
Yeah.
everybody's okay with that.
Yep. Yeah, it's moving so fast.
Yes.
We are trying to run to catch up with it. Elkin, Randy, doing all right there?
I think so.
What happened, Elkin?
I'm a little bit lost. You're talking.
So talk to me while I'm still, while we're still online.
No, I'm trying to like make an account in the Grammarly.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah, and it was
it's taking a while.
yeah, it was
taking a
requesting me
while.
a lot of information.
Yeah, Grammarly has some AI features to it as well.
I have no idea what does
Scribbler,
that mean.
Casey, I'm going to check out.
Oh yeah. I
Yeah,
thought it was,
have
I think it's really
Grammarly.
helpful. Yeah. Is there any other that I can look really quick at something else if anybody wants me to? I'll see if the Copilot one's done. It's still thinking. So
Yeah, I went to the
See,
Copilot.
that's a negative.
yeah, it's still thinking.
That's a big negative.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it would be better if I had more specific something, but anyway, I don't know. It's not working.
Yeah, I was gonna say as a general thing for any of these tools, that it's just a tool, right? And like the motivation, of like the student will, like I'm not sure really what I'm trying to say, but I believe that like having like mentorship, is like crucial, to like motivate creativity and
Of course,
interest in learning.
yeah.
So I would say in general, any of these, I think you could add that the risk could be actually lack of motivation, just because of like so much ability to learn that it could actually reverse.
So much is already automated.
Yeah.
The concern that we have with ChatGPT is, if students have access to it, how are we going to, and I don't have the answer for this, but how are we going to determine plagiarism? And that's being worked on, okay? So then the challenge for us is for us to get out ahead of it. I've been in discussions where other teachers have said, okay, well, we'll use ChatGPT, but we'll have them check and see if the sources are correct. See if what ChatGPT is saying is actually verifiable and true. So this is ongoing, and I'm sure 3 months from now, if it comes up in the VC, there'll be other new things.
Yeah.
So we're at the top of the hour. I hope that the first activity you mostly got done. I want you to follow the checklist, okay? Because I made a modification, especially for unit 3, activity 1. You need to follow what I have in the slide and the checklist. I also recorded the instructions to the activity, to both activities. If you know, I made a video on it, but let's go over activity 2. I referred to it. So you already started reviewing the resources. We had a bit of a discussion of the benefits and risks of AI. And then this document that you're working on, you could choose one or more. I would say go ahead and choose 2. AI tools, see if you could play around with it, learn it. I gave you the tip. You could use YouTube, that counts as learning it, okay? So you're creating a flip video. Give me a thumbs up if you're familiar with flip, or previously called Flipgrid, okay? So this will be a new tool. Did I include? Okay. I'm going to post, I have somewhere, oh no, the tutorial, there's a tutorial here, but I think I also had a video. There's a tutorial here that's like on the screen. Flip is very easy. You record a video, then someone else can leave you a video comment, okay? So the reflection is going to be on Flip. It's 3 to 5 minutes. Outline the AI's potential benefits and risks. Reflect if you would use or not use that specific AI. So you're outlining the potential benefits and risks of the tools that you're choosing to explore. And then you're going to comment on one other peer's Flip. If you see Flipgrid and Flip, they're the same thing. It used to be called Flipgrid and they changed it to Flip. So you're commenting on one other peer's Flip on the platform. Wait, what am I reading? Oh, it's written wrong. What I mean by that, go on the platform, go to the submission box, and you are going to click on their video and then make the comment in the video, okay? Include the name of the cohort member who you commented on in your submission box, and of course, cite any sources, okay?
But you said two different things, like in the video or in the discussion forum.
Say that again.
So in the submission, when are we going to do the comment? In the straight the video?
Well, you know, actually, I'll give you a choice here. Which do you think is easier? Or, you know, okay, you could make the comment within the video, or you can make the comment within the submission box. Either way, just let me know who you commented on. I'll leave it up to you.
Okay.
Some of you may like Flip and say, okay, I want to do it here and I want to create a video, or you might just want to do, you know, a regular comment. But then if you're doing that, make it on their submission page, okay?
So on their submission page, we type it in. We don't leave a video if we're going to leave it on the
Yes.
Moreland site.
Right.
Otherwise, it's
Yes.
on Flip. The video is on
Otherwise,
Flip.
on Flip.
Okay.
Right. You have a choice.
you.
It can be a video in Flip, or it could be the regular typing on the submission page. It's up to you, okay? Okay, so we're 4 minutes after the hour. You could give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down, be honest. Do you feel like you got a little bit done in week 3's activities in this VC? Thumbs up, yes, thumbs down, no.
In this one, yes.
Okay, okay, good. And I'm hoping that you see this week's activities are not as intense as the first 2 weeks. Okay, and this is just right on time for William because this is his birthday weekend. So if his birthday was last week or the week before, it would be a little challenging. So you have a little bit less, to worry about. So good for you. Good for you. All right. Any questions for me?
One quick question.
Sure.
When I clicked on the document, and you say make a copy of it,
Okay. All right.
I messed up on that because I couldn't do anything. And that's the
Okay.
problem I ran into last night too. That's just a
That's
user
what,
error.
okay. So let me show you.
Randy, I can send you a copy too in email
Okay,
if you want.
Oh, for me too, please.
But I'm going to show you now really quick what to do so that any other document, this one or anyone else, you'll be able to do it easily. Okay. So let me share my screen. All right. So when I say make a copy, and this goes for any other Google, type document, click on File, click on Make a Copy. And then this is going to be mapped to your computer.
okay,
So now you can change the name of the document, like I could go in here and say, example
mhm,
of copying
okay,
this document. Okay. Now, since it's my document, it's dropping it into my drive. And this is not on the Moreland drive. This is my own drive. So
Okay.
now you see when I change the name, this is
Right.
my document. And if you were doing it, then you would be able to type
okay,
in here because it's yours now. Okay.
okay, okay,
So that's for this one or any other one.
okay, thank you. I was doing something like that, but missing a step.
That's okay.
Thank you so much.
Listen, there's a lot that you're learning. This is just your third module. And I know I used to teach module 3 before, and they made radical changes. This is a whole total different module. So there's a lot, it's like accelerated. So don't, it's okay. By the time, if I were to talk to you 3 modules from now, you'd be like, okay, well, I know this and I've used this and I know this and I use this. So it's a rapid learning curve, but once you get to module 8, you'll be able to kind of say, okay, I can do this here, I can do this here, so just hold on. Like I said, this week and next week should be a lot more reasonable. And as always, if you have questions, you could let me know. I will be getting to your grading of Unit 2. And next week, I've got my fingers crossed, I should be in Brooklyn, which you won't really know the difference because it will be the same background. But that's my plan, to go visit my family in New York. Okay.
You're gonna sound like in a party.
Am I going to party?
No, I mean you're gonna sound like in a party, you're gonna be
Oh,
talking
in New
about-
York?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Family.
mean, that's my home.
Mhm.
But you know what's interesting? Okay. In my mind, I remember when I used to go out to all these different places. But I moved out now like 12 years ago, and I really kind of slowed down, like I like having parking spaces, I like having a driveway in Brooklyn. No, you don't have your own parking. So I don't know. I don't know that I'm going to do anything. I'm not really sure. My father's 90. He'll be 91 in September. And that's my primary reason, to go see him. I didn't see him since last September, and he was hospitalized twice in the year. And fortunately, he's still with us, and he's doing okay. So I want to go and see him. So it's different, right? It's different than just thinking about partying. That's what I mean. So many things have changed. That's really my focus. I can't take my dad to a party, you know, so I'd want to spend as much time as I can with him. And that means that I'm probably not this trip, probably not going to see any of my friends. And even if I did, now I go to bed early. I used to stay up till 3 o'clock in the morning easily because I was a night person. And now, well, tonight I might go to bed at 11. That was early for me. Sometimes I go to bed at 10, you know, so Florida kind of did that to me, like, oh, because I get up early. I get up at, this is just New York City, you know, you're always going. And I always would have, I just used to sleep, you know, go to bed late, you know, because there were, you know, there was always things to do, you know. Here, trust me, there's nothing to do. It's pitch black outside. There aren't even any streetlights on my block, which was shocking to me. I come from New York, right, with all of the lights, and now I live in a place that if I step outside right now, it's pitch black. You need your own lights. So it's just interesting. Life is interesting that way. It goes in cycles. We have to try to appreciate all of it. I have my fingers crossed that the weather will be good, that there'll be no delays, because if there is a delay, then I have to cancel the trip. I'm not going to miss the VC. So either way, I'll be here. Okay, any parting questions? Randy, take your mic off.
Okay, so on this, we each turned in our own Google Doc we answer our questions. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Or
Cool.
if you don't,
Except
like
for the second one.
Elkin, it's not mandatory that you turn in the Google Doc. I was just trying to make it easier.
Mhm.
You could easily type those questions and the answers to them in the submission box. But
Gotcha.
I figured since you were working on it in the breakout room, make a graphic organizer. When you're done, just upload. Either way is fine, okay?
Excellent. Thank
Okay.
you. Thank
All
you
right.
for that.
You're very, very welcome. And maybe next round, you know, it will be after you all have moved on. I'll get to, Elkin was trying to click on all of those different icons. I'll get to, because that's some work, okay,
Yes.
you know, to put links behind all of them. That will take some time. But thank you so much. I hope you all have a good week. I hope you have a little bit more time to enjoy the summer weekend, because you won't have as much time. You won't need as much time for these activities, okay? All right, I'll see you next Thursday.
Thank you.
Safe travels.
All right,
Okay.
thank you. Thank you, Casey. All
And
right.
I'll be catching up on the ones that I have those to finish. I know the window, but I'll get it in.
Yeah, you have, well, I mean, at the worst case scenario, Randy, you actually have 2 weeks after the last deadline
Okay.
for any activities that you haven't. I don't know if you're aware of that. So
Yes.
what I mean by that is I'll give you a date. And the reason why I like to do this is to show you, you know how I say strategically use your due dates?
Mhm.
So, 26, the final module deadline is the 2nd, right? But you have until August 16th.
Okay.
Where it's final.
Gotcha.
Okay,
Oh,
so, and that's for every module. So you have the end of module due date.
Right.
Then you have like this grace period of 2 more
Okay.
weeks. And that's what I mean about be strategic, because let's say there's one of the unit 2 activities and, you know, you just needed more time, then you could strategically say, you know what, I'm going to do a little bit week 3, a little bit week 4, and finish it up, you know, the week after.
Right.
Mhm.
mhm.
Okay,
Okay.
And I have a quick question for you.
sure.
So, do you think the following models are gonna be like intense like the last one? Because we're gonna be in classes already. I'm worried about that, you know. I'm like, okay, huh?
So I'm going to give you an honest answer about Module 4. Module 4 was also revised. Okay, I'm going to be teaching it for the first time, I believe, the first Saturday. No, yeah, next week, Saturday. I'll tell you what, I have to start to prep for it, okay? Because I haven't seen it. I taught it before, but if they revise it like how they revised this module, then it's a new module. I'll ask me this question next Thursday, and I should be able to give you a better answer. Because by then, I would have looked at least the first module to let you know.
I will.
But here's what I can tell you. Module 5, yes, the first 2 weeks, similar. Module 6, yes, the first 2 weeks, and then it scales down. 7 is a prep module, so it's not intense at all. But what you're thinking about and what you're prepping for is module 8. Module 8, once you record your first video and once you collect your first set of data, you're doing a similar thing for the next 4 times within module 8, and it's every 2 weeks. So every 2 weeks, you're submitting a lesson that you recorded. It has to be edited down. You're submitting the lesson plan. You'll be introduced to the Moreland lesson plan template in module 6. You're writing a reflection. You're accustomed to reflecting now. So you're writing a reflection on the lesson, how it is aligned to the INTAS standards. The INTAS standards you get introduced to in module 6. In between the 2 weeks, you have regular Moreland activities. None of them are as intense as what you just experienced in module 3, 1, and 2. The in-between activities that are not the videos in module 8, they are like annotating videos. They are there is a leadership project, but it's doable. Okay, it's in 2 parts. Because remember, you have 12 weeks. So if you're concerned about the workload, that this is why I'm very honest and transparent. This is why I told you, you be strategic with you only run into problems if you see how I shared with you that final deadline for module 3, that final August 16th. Now it becomes a problem if you didn't finish all of your work by then.
Right.
Right? So I shared with you that module 5 is kind of intense, first 2 weeks. Remember that, and then maybe you might, of course, always communicate with whoever your instructor is, but maybe you might use that 2-week extra time.
Yes.
Module 6, the same thing. First 2 weeks, a little bit intense. But remember that, because module 7 is not intense at all. Not one of the activities is create a checklist to prepare for module 8. That's one of the activities. That is so easy. And you do part of it in the VC. So know that it's a lot of extra work and that you all have your own teaching jobs, you have your own lives. But I like that Moreland gives you the resubmission, that you can resubmit after feedback.
Mhm.
And I like that you have that 2 weeks grace, 2 weeks grace period. So I want to remind you again, you don't lose any points on your activities. So don't worry. You're never going to be penalized for being late. The due dates are there to try to keep you on track. But if you need the time, take the time. The program is structured that way. We just hoping that you don't, I have some candidates. I have one candidate now. A module 8 candidate fell like 6 weeks behind. This is not what we want. You don't want 6 weeks worth of assignments, because now that's a problem.
Yeah.
So this is why I'm saying be strategic with how some weeks might be a little intense. Okay, communicate with your instructor if there's questions that you have, and then plot your time accordingly, and you'll get it done. You'll get it done. It seems like it's so much work. How will I ever finish? You'll get it done. And if it really is too much, then take a break, pause, and you're in this cohort, you form a bond, but rather than quit totally, because life happens, like for me on the instructor side, my dad was hospitalized twice in a 6-month period. The second time he had a stroke. Life happens, and it might be something that happens that needs your attention. Don't just quit. Pause. And when you're ready, come back. So that's my encouragement to you, is you set out on this path, you will get your certification. Don't feel like your grades suffer if you submit late. No, they just have the annoying L's there to remind you to submit. And if worst case scenario, something comes up, maybe you're going through a really intense term on your teaching position. I've had teachers tell me, look, 5 teachers quit at my school. I remember this was someplace in Asia, and they want me to do all these extra classes, and I can't do that and my work. Okay, then pause. But don't quit. Okay, so I hope that I've given you a strategy and being honest about the workload,
Mhm.
but it's doable. Okay, you'll get it done. All right. Okay. Have a good rest of the evening or day. Where I always lose track. Okay.
Hey, I have one last question. I'm so sorry. You guys can go if
Okay.
you want, but Sedaria didn't fill out her portion on the literacy definition guide yet. Should we wait? Are we going to be penalized as a cohort, the rest of like the other 4, if the 4 that she, or the 3, I guess, that she was assigned, she doesn't do? She said she was going to.
No,
So
I
I
won't.
just-
I won't penalize the cohort.
Okay, because I don't know if we just give her some
Yeah,
grace. and
remember
let
it's
her
an
figure out-
individual
Okay.
activity, so
Yeah. Okay.
I'll just keep that in mind. Okay.
Okay.
But I
All right.
don't worry. So I'm glad you asked me that question. Any answer that I could give you that will relieve stress, I'm all about that. So no, the rest of you won't be penalized. And if I get to it before she submits anything, I'm looking for your individual contributions. That's how you're going to be graded. Okay.
Thank you.
Don't worry about that. Okay. Have a good night.
Yeah. Safe travels. Take care.
Thank you. Thank you. I need to get there. Thank you so much.
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.